Alright, let us load our game. And let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Let's see, what was I doing? I was going to do the Jolie murder mystery, right? Oh, and I need to turn in Gino Haradin and then go get Hulis. Alright, fine, we'll talk to Jolie.
Got something on your mind?
Why'd you decide to come with me?
You got yourself a fast little ship. I'd forgot what engine sounded like. Closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful.
So you wanted to ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of a synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
If you don't want to answer the question, old man, just say so.
How impatient can one person be? You must have driven your mother mad. All that gurgling and fussing. Babies are cute, but annoying. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny. All of that. Breath like a panther.
Did you know I hear this person endlessly too?
Oh, very funny. Is it my fault that some people are so easily annoyed? Like impatient little children with blasters. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vix was his name. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
Is that what you see around me too?
Well, it's not so much a hurricane as a slight breeze. That doesn't mean anything. Destiny is sometimes in the eye of the beholder. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
You're making all of this up.
I am not. I've no need to make things up. My poor memory and all. You just sit still and let me finish, damn it. Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
As boring as this story?
No, if you keep interrupting, it will take even longer. Have you no patience at all? How did you get as old as you are anyway? I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fella, big teeth. Krat has us hauled up to the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
Andor killed Krat, I take it?
Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way.
I'm here just in time. You sure are, Andy.
Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable. Starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too. This could have just been gurgling noises. Anyway, finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recover. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
I hate you, old man.
Well, now that's the ingratitude of youth. I relate an exciting tale, and do I get thanked for it? No, no, it's all me, me, me. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoot.
So yeah, obviously with it being Christmas Eve, once I finish here tonight, I'm going to finally watch Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5, which is the only one I haven't seen or reviewed on the channel yet, so I will be doing both of those things. I'm also probably going to rewatch the Jack Frost, the slasher movie, because I really want to watch that again. And maybe the Star Wars Holiday Special. I've seen that, what, 4 times now? Just depends on how long I stream, really, and how much time I have tomorrow, too. Alright, now we'll go talk to Hulis to continue Gino Haraden. Welcome back, Sergeant Bastard. I see you have come alone. This is good. I assume you're here to discuss the business of the Gino Haraden. Vorn Dessart is dead. Well done, Sergeant Bastard, and as promised, here is your reward, a Gino Haraden stealth unit. You'll find it far superior to most. Vorn's death brings us closer to completing your initiation into the Gino Haraden, Sergeant Bastard. However, until you have completed your missions, you cannot be accepted into the guild. Is there anything else, Sergeant Bastard? Rulon Prolik is dead. I must congratulate you. Rulon was no easy target. I will admit that you are not the first to be sent after him, though you are the only to succeed. Here, take this Gino Haraden visor. Many of our agents use them to increase their senses and improve their skills. Really is quite something. With Rulon gone, you are another step closer to entering the guild. But until you have completed the missions, you will not be accepted into Gino Haraden. Is there anything else you want, Sergeant Bastard? I'll be back later. What Gino Haraden do I have left? Ah, Ethorak. That's the guy here on Manon, right? Yeah. Oh, Candrace has a level up. The general store. I want to go to Swoop Track. Where's that at? I think it's in Auto East, but it could be in Auto West. We'll try Auto East first, I guess. Swoop Track registration. Okay, cool. We're heading the right way. Base. Okay, that's actually that way. Greetings, human. Have you come to watch the swoop races? I find they are an excellent way to relieve stress, and in my business I need all the stress relief I can get. I need to meet Ethorak Gilder. Can you set it up? You need to meet with Etherek. Forgive my skepticism, but you hardly resemble our typical client. We deal in the kind of pieces found in the chambers of a galactic sender. I represent a wealthy buyer from Coruscant. Perhaps you do, human. But how can I be sure you're telling the truth? I would hate to waste Etherek's time. I represent a wealthy buyer from Coruscant. Yes, you do have that look about you. The air of one who serves the rich and powerful, servile, fawning. A look I have seen in my mirror far too often. Sigh. Very well. I'll set up a meeting with my boss. The Sith permit Etherek to conduct his private business in their non-secured hangar. Go to the docking bays and we'll meet you there. Cool. Etherek is waiting for you inside the hangar. As you probably know, there are no security cameras in there. We're better to conduct our business away from prying eyes. However, before we go in, I'll point out this rather large assault droid is standing beside me. I and the droid will both accompany you into see Etherek, just to make sure there's no trouble. You don't need to worry about that. I won't cause any trouble. Etherek is an important man with access to the rich and powerful. He is not about to let himself become an easy target for kidnapping or an assassination. When you meet Etherek, I and the droid will both be there. It is my job to protect my employer, and I intend to do so regardless of my personal feelings toward him. Personal feelings? Do you mean you don't like Etherek? Etherek can be temperamental as his clients. Combine that with his arrogance and the way he treats his underlings, and you can understand why I might soon consider seeking other employment. But despite Etherek's faults, he does pay well, so I serve my employer faithfully for now. You should quit the job right now, leave and find another job. You're right. He's never treated me with the respect I deserve. Yelling at me, insulting me, belittling me. I don't know why I stayed with him as long as I did. Etherek never appreciated me while I was around. So let's see how he likes dealing with you alone. But before I go, one last warning, human. Whatever your plan for Etherek is, be careful. I've always suspected he was more than just a simple merchant. I've heard people who cross him are rarely heard from again. I don't want to risk his vengeance, so I'm going to disappear for a long while, just in case Etherek gets the better of you in this. You understand. Goodbye, human, and good luck. Assault droid must have been programmed to respond to Vex commands. Now that he's gone, it isn't doing much of anything. Reprogram the droid. How many repair parts to have? 5. Perfect. What is this? What's going on here? Now that Etherek is dead, you have no further use for the droid. Someone will probably remove it in time. What's this data pad have on it? You've had a single message on it. Someone has discovered that you are more than you claim to be. Watch your back, because you know Vec is too incompetent to watch it for you. I think Hula's warned him about me. That double-crossing snake. And granted, that's not the only reason he's a double-crossing snake, but still. All 3 parts of AVGN episode 200 are finally out. Yeah, I saw that. I haven't watched them all yet, though. Etherat Goulder is dead. Yes, I heard he met a rather grisly end. For completing this mission, you have earned another reward. Take these Gino Haradin gloves. You will find they are very useful in battle. Vorn, Rulon, Etherak, that is all of them. You have done it, Sergeant Bastard. I hardly dreamed it was possible, yet now the task is done. All the years of planning, spying, and digging to discover their true identities, it was all worth it. Now the Gino Haradin are mine alone. You tricked me. Poor foolish Sergeant Bastard. You had no idea the targets I sent you after were three of the overseers of the Gino Haradin, did you? The overseers have always acted in secret. Their true identities hidden from the guild and even from each other, to prevent one person from seizing control of the entire guild. But now they are dead, and I'm the only overseer left in the guild. All the agents of the Gino Haradin are mine to command, and I couldn't have done it without your help, Sergeant Bastard. You used me. I'm sorry, Sergeant Bastard. Even after all you've done for me, I cannot let you join the Gino Haradin. You are far too dangerous. You knowing the true identity of the only surviving overseer. I suppose I could try to have you eliminated, but I have seen your skill in dispatching the other overseers. I think it would be in both our best interests if we simply part ways. Nobody plays me for a fool. You'll pay for this, Hulis. I was afraid it would come to this. Very well. We will finish this as these things always seem to end, in bloodshed. But the streets of Manon are no place for this confrontation. Meet me in the Dune Sea, Sergeant Bastard. There we will engage in a ritual battle according to the customs of my guild. Just you and me. Goodbye, Sergeant Bastard. I will wait for you in the Dune Sea. I don't need to remind you that you must come alone. If you do not, then you won't see me, and you'll never have your revenge. We'll bring them once we get to the Dune Sea.
Well, good hunting out there.
You are here, Sergeant Bastard, but I see you did not come alone. I knew you were too much of a coward to come alone. You shouldn't be surprised. You saw how I manipulated and betrayed my fellow overseers. You should know that Gino Haradin seek every advantage we can get. Remember when the other streams were disconnect? Even you had to admit the Chinese adapter you have is shitty. Oh yeah, it is. It's awful. I had hoped you would be gullible enough to show up alone, but obviously I underestimated you. Although I see from your expressions... Oh, goddammit. Not that it matters. If I win here, what you know of the Gino Haradin will die here with you. If you win, the guild will vanish, and the select overseer... And they will select new... They will select... Until they select new overseers, if they even survive. Three Gino Haradin overseers out of 4 are dead, Hula. It's time to finish the job. The other overseers were alone and unprepared. I am ready for you, and have friends. Goodbye, Sergeant Bastard. Our time together was interesting. Brothers of Gino Haradin, attack.
Statement. Affirmative. Request. Negatory. Statement.
Come on.
No! That is not it, Master. No, that is not it either. That is a hinge, Master. Supplication. As you desire.
See, awareness, will. We already did Joggy's challenge. Oh, I should go free the Jawas if I haven't. Oh, I did do that. Do I just gotta talk to Isis? Oh, I just gotta do that. I should have done that while I was there, damn it. Oh, and there's still Mandalorian Raiders over on Dantooine, so I better go do that too. So yeah, I have some things that need doing. All right. Hate this room. I can't stand the flow control. I fucking hate it. Huh? Oh, not me.
there? I don't recognize you. How did you get in here?
We are authorized to be here.
You! I don't recognize you. I know the face of every Sith on this planet. We'll get to the bottom of this. Commander Gran, report to the security desk immediately. You authorize this person to enter? I don't know them. And their identification doesn't match up. They're spies.
What? Sound the alarm! Droids, destroy them!
Alright, flow control it is. What Christmas movies did you have in mind watching? Per description? So I'll be watching...
Warning.
I'll be watching, what the fuck is it called? Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5, and then I'll review that later. And then I'll be watching, possibly Jack Frost, and possibly the Star Wars Holiday Special. Just depends on how late it ends up being when I have the stream. Oh shit. I'm down. But not out.
Powering weapon. Acknowledgement. Yes.
Yeah, what do you want? This thing with is there something else? Your choice.
At the very least, it would be fitting if you watched Star Wars Holiday Special considering the game you're playing. True. All right. We do a playlist for the Kotor streams. There already is one. There's a playlist for Kotor, and I've been putting the streams in it. The playlist is just called Knights of the Old Republic. I've had it for a while, but yeah. Intruder, should we sound the alarm, Shasa? Oh wait, we cannot always be running to the Masters for help. We should handle this on our own. Perhaps this is a test the Sith have prepared for us. What are you doing here? Only Masters and Apprentices are allowed here. Cellcast Sith, I'm just here to kill you. You're in my way. Anyone in my way. You won't find us to be such easy victims. Our Sith Masters have taught us well. Tell Shasa, the Sith.
How did you get in here? Wait, I recognize you. Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Taris alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Commentary. It is not possible to destroy the Master. It is suggested you run while my blasters warm up, meatbags.
Master, give us the honor of aiding you in destroying this enemy of the Sith.
As you wish, my eager apprentices. We shall remove this thorn from Malak's side once and for all. You're dead.
Don't worry, I found it now. The Undertale Stream 12, you showed the trophies. Yep. I sure did. Okay, that's the flow control, so no. You there, human. You are placed under arrest under the Auto City Civil Authority. What? Why? Though the Sith Embassy is considered sovereign territory of the Sith Empire, we've been monitoring an alarming number of weapon discharges and detonations from within the base. Inquiries to the staff of the embassy yielded no response. It seemed that contact has been cut. Our cameras recorded you entering the base shortly before the contact was lost and fighting apparently began. It is the conclusion of the Auto City Civil Authority that you are responsible for the disturbance here, and you are hereby placed under arrest. You will come with us and await your trial. As material witnesses, the individuals who accompany you will be detained to your vessel, and the vessel itself is prohibited from leaving Manon. We will leave now. Do not attempt to resist, or we shall resort to overwhelming force. Greetings, human. I'm called Wallace, and I have been selected as your arbiter for the duration of your trial. Yes?
Stuff being closed has ruined my other gift for you.
Oh, yeah?
I was going to get a 12-pack of Pepsi, and I was going to wrap it. On the paper, it was going to say, "What is your Christmas gift?" And then when you open it, it was going to say, "The cool, refreshing taste of Pepsi."
Oh, that's funny, yeah. Well, damn.
So I thought I'd tell you the idea. That's your Christmas present.
Damn. Don't need anyone to represent me. While it is true you do have that right, I'd recommend against it. Due to your confinement, you have not much chance to build up your evidence to pursue your case. Also, I do not believe of your off-worlders truly understand the minds of Selkath. It would be best if you left your defense up to me. What have I been charged with? You've been charged with initiating violence within the Sith Embassy, murdering members of the Ambassadorial Commission of the Sith Empire, and disregarding our own laws regarding violence in Auto City. It's the Sith's fault. Be that as it may, I doubt the judges share your view. I will endeavor, however, to make them see your point, off-worlder. I don't need anyone to represent me. Yeah, I know. Shut up. How will you get me free? I will first ask you a few questions regarding the events that led up to your arrest. I have already been given all relevant evidence on you and your companions, so that can be disregarded. For what reason did you enter the Sith Embassy? I had authorization to enter. Indeed, I find that unlikely, off-worlder, but perhaps the judges will be more sympathetic toward your view. What is your prior association with the Sith? I have no prior association. I'm skeptical of that, as will be the judges. You off-worlders tend to congregate much amongst yourselves. I see no inherent differences between your two groups. That should be all the information I require of you. For now, if you wish, we can begin your trial whenever you're ready. I'd rather represent myself. That is your right, blah, blah, blah. Now I'll represent myself. The off-worlders are not known for your mental prowess. I shall leave your demise up to you. Stand accused of grievous murder of many Sith and extensive property damage to their embassy here. How do you plead? Not guilty. Let the record show that this trial has commenced. Presiding judges are Shelkar, Josa, Nailshikin, Koda, and Dula. The trial has determined the culpability of the punishment of this individual in the recent assault of the Sith Embassy. Given the severity of this trial, we can dispense with the normal formalities of the court and proceed directly. You've pleaded not guilty, yet there are reports of your weapon fire detonations from within the Sith Embassy. You were seen entering and leaving the embassy. The Sith have not conferred with the authorities about this matter, but from all available evidence, it would seem that you are the source of the disturbance. What is your explanation? I have this data pad that proves the Sith are up to no good. Let it be noted that the court has taken this new evidence into consideration. This is most disturbing. The court will adjourn for a brief period to verify this evidence and discuss its importance. We have verified that this is indeed a Sith datapad, indicating their complicity in a plot to overthrow the lawful government of Manon. In gratitude for having discovered this heinous offense, all charges against you regarding the incident will be dropped. Pending a suitable penalty against the Sith, their embassy is considered off-limits to all Auto City security personnel. No calls or incidents from within their base will be attended until this matter is dealt with, as they are no longer subject to the protections of Selkath law. You have been found innocent and may leave as you desire. This trial is now over. Have you watched AVGN Behind the Scenes and the Nerd Room Tour 2021 video? Because James Rolfe says a lot of interesting stuff in that video. I haven't watched the 2021 version, but I have watched other versions, like earlier ones he's done. Alright, let's do this murder mystery. Selkath people, thank you for exposing the Sith plots here in Manon. When our leaders decide a fitting punishment, they'll certainly meet our displeasure. If there is anything you wish to bring to my attention, you have permission to ask. I would like to investigate the case of the murder involving Sunry. That is acceptable. I believe in Manon legal tradition. The defendant can have an arbiter who tries to prove his innocence in the court. The arbiter is a neutral party who can investigate and present evidence in trial and argue on the defendant's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you could fulfill this role adequately. So be it. You are now appointed arbiter in the case of Sunry versus the Sith Empire. Your name and position have been recorded in our files. I will now inform you of the pertinent facts of this case. You have a limited amount of time to which to investigate and organize the defense of your client, and I advise you use it wisely. Sunry was seen leaving the hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman, Ilasa Horos. He has been charged with murder and is being held in Auto City prison facilities. Due to his crippled status, he is being kept in solitary holding cell. Witnesses claimed to have seen the killing and being detained at the hotel in question pending trial. The manager of the hotel has now been informed of your appointment. Ilasa was found dead of a blaster wound with an incriminating Republic medal clutched in her hand. This information has been uploaded to your datapad. It would be wise to review your information before the trial starts. You may question Sunry or the witnesses. The evidence in this case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sunry. I believe it will take some doing to absolve him of guilt. You may also interview the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of what the pertinent factors in this case. Since this is your first case, and you are an off-worlder, I feel compelled to add good luck to my final missive.
I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why, whatever could be the matter like that?
It's horrible, Johnny. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Johnny. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Laura. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath court. They won't let anyone in to see him. Go to the court. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Laura. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunny's trial. My husband is innocent. Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he didn't commit.
I obviously plan on watching Home Alone. Well, there you go. That's a good one.
Sunny is... he's crippled. There's no way he could have overpowered this sick woman like they claim.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. Let's not forget that you would have to have been considerably older than the Sith woman. I'm a Jedi, and one who is living alone in the Shadowlands until recently. That keeps you in shape, damn it. I'm talking about Sunry here.
And there's no way he would do something so dishonorable as hit her from behind. Sunry's a decorated war hero. He's a hero of the Republic.
Don't worry, Laura. I'll save him.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do it. I hear you've been appointed as arbiter. Sunry is...
That's true.
and there's no way...
Okay.
This is all a...
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunny's since the crash. A man can change a lot at that time. A man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
You may come and go as you please, Arbiter. You will find the door unlocked. If you wish to begin your trial, you must make a request with the Warden. It shall then be passed on to the judges.
Jolie, what are you doing here? Laura sent me, Sunny. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case. Just like old times, eh, Jolie? You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire. You saved my wrinkled butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case. The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence can see that. So I thought. But the cellcats seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
Let's go over the evidence.
Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Eliza there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith. Well, I turned Eliza into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts we've given. Eliza was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill
Oh no,
Sith
not
warrior
Santa's
at
balls.
close quarters? I ask you. Further, they say they found my heroes crossed at a crime scene. Could I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. Hope you can see how the Sith manipulating the Cellcat, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
Need to investigate the case some more. Any ideas where I should look?
Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. Cellcath already did that. The fish folk don't have much rapport with Hoffenloaders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared.
There's a few things we have to clear up.
Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
Judges said you left after the shot was fired.
How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war.
You're wrong, actually, M-Dog. That's not from It's Christmas in Canada. It's from Red Sleigh Down.
Very well. I suppose there is still much you must do before the trial. Once you've got enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
I hear you've been appointed. Fenris,
That's true.
and there's no way. Find the real.
Okay, fine. I guess I gotta go to the hotel first. Even though I've seen every episode, I still forget what joke, excuse me, or funny moment is what episode. That's fair. That happens from time to time, dude.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in the Sith base?
Yes, here it is.
Excellent. It does not appear to have been tampered with, so the Sith did not manage to copy its contents yet. And now for your information. We are not supposed to speak of this, but since you are a Jedi and we have exhausted all the other options, I think I can entrust you with this. As you know, the Republic is fighting for its very existence against the evil of the Sith Empire. As you also undoubtedly know, we're doing very poorly. We need much in the way of supplies and material to stem the tide of battle and bring us victory. Manan is the sole source of Kolto, the most powerful medical substance in the galaxy. Frankly, we need as much of it as we can get. The Selkath conservatives, with their neutrality treaties, seek to treat the Sith and the Republic equally. This includes Kolto exports, but a few more far-sighted Selkath see that if the
Just been watching clips and YouTube compilations. Fair.
There would be nothing to stop them from taking Manan anyway, so we made a deal.
What sort of deal?
We recently began construction of a secret underground facility to harvest Kolto directly at the source. We also hope to one day be able to synthesize it effectively. Current techniques are insufficient for the task, so we must mine it. The amount we take would probably be naturally before it reaches the surface anyway. We were nearing completion of the base when the digging teams reported some sort of obstruction. An ancient building or artifact, possibly your star map. Transmissions from the base were cut off abruptly after that, and we haven't heard from the station since. As you may have noticed, we're hiring a lot of mercenaries around here. Ostensibly, they're to be shipped off-world to aid in our fight against the Sith, but they're really for another purpose. When we lost contact with the station in the Bracket Rift, we sent our contingent of Republic soldiers down to investigate. Unreturned. We've tried hiring mercenaries and sending them down as well, but none of those expeditions have returned either. The reason we really sent that droid into one, and the reason we needed its data back so badly, was to find out what happened to the Bracket Rift station. So now that we have the data back, our operation is in no danger of exposure to the Sith. And now I must live up to my end of the bargain. I took the liberty of having a submarine prepared for your departure. Merely use this card to get past the door behind our Kolto packing room and enter the sub they're in. It has been programmed to take you down to the station, and also to take you back up should you need something. I would send soldiers to assist you, but we've lost many of ours, and nearly exhausted the mercenary population of this planet. The soldiers we have are barely enough to keep this base secure. The Sith have also noted our interest and begun to bribe mercenaries away from us. Please, find out what happened to the facility. There may be some survivors left on it. Perhaps even the head scientist, Kono Nolan. Good luck in your efforts.
All right. Apparently there's a limited edition Nintendo Switch remake of this game that came out last month. Yeah, my friend's been playing that version. And that Republic guy that I just talked to has a completely different character model in that version. Downloading Sunry Incident. The computer screen switches to a fisheye view from some sort of small surveillance device on a wall. A beautiful young woman enters the room, followed by a much older man. As she walks farther into the room, he softly closes the door, pulls out a blaster, and shoots her in the back. This must be some sort of secret recording of Sunry murdering Alasa.
What?
You're the one defending Sunry now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want to.
Tell me what you saw the night of the murder.
The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off.
Could it have gone off after he left?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court.
You could testify it happened after he left.
No way I'm lying to the court just because you want to get your Republic buddy off or whatever.
You will testify Sunry left before the shot.
Yeah, I'll tell the court Sunry left before the shot went off.
I guess this is what they call working the system. Not that I'm objecting. Hope the Cellcast don't find out about it.
Now, is there anything else you want? Elasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on. Well, okay. If you need anything...
What? Yes? Sure.
You with the Cellcat? You here to see me about the murder, too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from me? Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel, too. Going to Alasa's room always, of course. Just the rest of the building up half the night with their damn antics usual.
You mean Sunry was having a relationship with Elasa?
I'm not saying that. What they did in that room in private is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think a Sith Master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself.
Sith Master?
Well, Elasa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
You know you want to tell me.
You know, I think I could trust you. Heck, I don't even know why I shouldn't tell you. Well, one time, I saw Elasa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the city. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Elasa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's nest.
She was a Dark Jedi?
Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me.
Get out of my way, Jolie. You here with Selkath? You have questions for Glupor? Glupor already said everything he knows. A question about the murder of Elasa. Glupor tell everything to the Selkath. You not know? Glupor have no reason not to say. Glupor tell everything. Everything about murder. Everything about Sith Lady's room. What about Elasa's room? Glupor just curious to see what happened. Glupor have no reason to go into room. No one paid Glupor to do it. Did someone pay you to go into that room, Glupor? How did you know someone paid Glupor? Well, the Sith man came up to Glupor after the murder, before the Selkath arrived. He said he'd give Glupor good money if Glupor put metal in Sith's hand. Glupor good. Glupor plant evidence and leave no trace, but Glupor not recognize Sith man anyway. Glupor not recognize humans very well. No use to Selkath, so not bother to tell them. Well, that and the Sith man said he killed Glupor if Glupor speaks up. Oh no. Glupor think he can't talk more right now. Glupor feels need to lie down. Maybe stay here.
hear you're investigating the Sunray murder trial, I note. This case is not at all what it appears to be. There are many currents flow beneath the surface.
Why are you telling me this?
Let us just say that I'm an interested party, and that I have concerns. This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. The Sunray and Elassa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes?
I think so, kinda.
I'm saying they both had something to do. They both put their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this matter, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies.
I've heard enough of you.
And I've been speaking to you for far too long. Heed my advice, Jedi. You may yet find...
It's okay, I already sequence broke and already got the Republic information. Alright, now we go to Otto West. Confront Sunry with the footage, find out about the affair officially, and then do the trial. But the Nintendo Switch version isn't a remake, it's a port, and it has updates from the PC version, to be fair. It does patch out the duplication glitch, which my friend was really upset about because he wanted to duplicate items.
Joey, coming to check in on an old man? I must confess, I would rather you were here to speak to the warden and begin my trial. Soon, old friend. We don't want to go to trial until we've got the whole picture. Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls. But I suppose you know what you're doing. You know, the role of arbiter cannot be taken lightly. Go ahead, ask. Ask what you...
Were you and Elassa having an affair?
I don't know what this must look like, yes. Yes, we were having an affair. I know it was wrong, but I'm a weak man. Elassa was beautiful and young. How was I to resist its charms? But I didn't kill her. I loved her. Please. I know I made a terrible mistake getting involved with Elassa, but I was going there to break it off with her. I did it, but found out later that she was dead. I don't deserve to go to jail just for having an affair, do I? You have to help me prove that I wasn't the killer.
Let's go over the evidence.
Well, I can tell you wasn't eaten. Found out later she bet, but let's look at the facts. Elassa
Okay,
was
so
my
then...
reward. Further, obviously the Sith.
Okay, yeah, we know this.
Go ahead, ask.
I know you're guilty, Sunry. I've got the Republic's data recording.
So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her, you know. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, that something inside me just snapped. I didn't mean to snap out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. Found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part of it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it. The Sith must have been spying on me and Alasa, trying to make sure she wasn't a double agent. They must have seen the Republic spies getting rid of all the evidence, so they planted their own evidence. Alasa must have stolen that hero's cross from me long ago and given it to a Sith master like some kind of trophy. I just thought I'd misplaced it. But when the cross turned up on her body, I knew the Sith had put it there. So, now you know the whole story. What are you going to do?
I won't betray your secret. We'll go on with the trial.
Sunry is a murderer. I'm sorry, old friend, but you are. I can't approve of this. You go ahead, however, if that's what you think is best. I'm glad you decided to see reason in this. If I'm convicted, it could cause trouble for the Republic Embassy here on Manan. And none of us want that now, do we? No.
I hear you've been lies. Find the real evidence. I hear you've been appointed. I started seeing Alasa last year. I had my suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon everyone knew. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going to try to break it off, to end it. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend himself. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. Love. He's too kind and gentle to have killed her in cold blood.
He has killed Sith before.
That was a long time ago. In a war, far, far away.
Good reference.
He's changed now. Settle down. Just please, prove his innocence. Find the real evidence.
Alright, let's go start the trial. So you're the arbiter in the Sunray Alasa murder case, then. I hope you're impartial. The office is tradition as the office is intended to be. If you offer others have a tendency to ignore the rule of law in favor of some rather irrational causes, what is that I can do for you now? I want to begin Sunry's trial. Are you certain, human? Once the trial has begun, it cannot be stopped. And once judgment is given, the case can never be reopened. You must be certain your investigations are complete before you request a trial. This is the role of an arbiter. Are you certain you wish to begin the trial now? Yes, let's begin the trial. Very well, human. I shall advise the court, and we will begin immediately. Let the record show the trial of Sunry versus the Auto City Authority has commenced. Presiding judges Shelkar, Josa, Nalshikin, Koda, and Dula. This trial is to determine the culpability of Sunry in the death of the Sith Alasa. Representing Sunry in his defense is a member of the Jedi Order. Do you have any opening statements? I will find Sunry innocent. It remains to be seen. Acting as a prosecutor for the Auto City Authority is an impartial observer from the Sith Empire.
It is an honor to see justice served, and I will see Sunry is executed for the crime he has committed.
Do not be overzealous in pressing your commission, Sith. The first matter of business in the prosecution is the sworn testimony by the proprietor, Ignis, of the hotel where the murder occurred. What is the testimony you wish to give us?
The man I saw leaving, Sunry, probably left after I heard the blaster shot.
The guilt of the accused is
You said you would
apparent
testify
even
the other way, you liar.
trial.
Now you play Sith. This is important evidence. The court will keep this in mind on top of the list of pertinent facts. You will now begin calling the witnesses to the crime and taking their testimony. After each witness has given their testimony, you will have cross-examined them. You may ask the presiding judges for their opinions on the current state of the case. This is a special privilege given by Manon law only to the defendant, so use it wisely. First witness is Firith. The prosecution questions the witness first.
You are Firith Me, the well-known Pazak player. I wonder if we can trust the word of a gambler as reliable testimony.
Objection, Your Honors. Objection sustained. Ask the witness your questions and do it promptly.
Of course, Your Honor. Firith Me, what did you see the night of the murder?
Well, I came out into the hallway after hearing the blaster shot and saw Sunry over there limping down the hall out of the building.
A very obvious point, Your Honors. The accused was seen leaving the scene of the crime after the blaster that killed Elassa was fired.
A very pertinent point, prosecutor. It is now the defense's turn to cross-examine the witness. Did you actually see the murder happen?
You mean actually see him kill her with my own eyes? Well, no, but I don't think there could have been anyone else there.
Your point is well taken, Arbiter. Do you have any additional questions? How could somebody have harmed her if he was a cripple?
Well, he was moving pretty fast running away, but yeah, I mean, how could he kill a Sith warrior in combat? I don't know for sure.
Do not think less of Sunry because of his handicap. He is fully capable. Can't you see that the man can hardly walk, let alone fight Elassa? This is enough for now. We will deliberate on this later in private. Do you have additional questions? Elassa was a dark Jedi, isn't she?
Yes, from what I could tell. She carried a lightsaber under that cloak of hers.
Objection! That doesn't prove she was a Jedi.
No, this piece of evidence is very important. It establishes the character of Elassa and perhaps her intent in dealing with Sunry. Do you have additional questions? Was the medal at the scene not a little too obvious?
I think it may have been. I mean, you'd have to be pretty stupid to leave something that important lying around, wouldn't you?
This argument has merit. You have additional questions? I have no additional questions. Very well. Would you like this opportunity to poll the judges? Yes. I do not have enough information. I am unsure. I cannot make my decision. I just do not have enough information. I cannot tell if Sunry killed Elassa, but I'm confident it will be proven. Since the defense has no further questions, we will call out the second witness, the Rhodian Glupor. Prosecution witness the witness.
Glupor the Rhodian, you were staying in the hotel the night of the murder and saw Sunry leaving Elassa's room, didn't you?
Yes, Glupor sees Sunry running down hallway, and when Glupor look in room, Sith woman dead on floor.
This is clear, then, that Sunry left the room with the Sith Elassa already dead behind him.
Perhaps, Sith, perhaps. It is time the defense question the witness now. Did you see Sunry kill Elassa? Glupor not see Sunry really hurt Sith, but Glupor did see Sunry leaving the room with dead Sith in it. But Glupor not really see him kill Sith. An important distinction, Arbiter. You wish to ask the witness anything else? Isn't the medal an obvious clue? Glupor not know. Why anyone leave things in anyone else's room? Glupor just think these things happen. It's just odd. Yes, odd indeed. You wish to ask the witness anything else? You really think a cripple could hurt Elassa? Sunry seems like a strong man, but he is hurt too. Glupor not think that a man like that would stand up to a Sith, not at all. But Sunry still run fast after. We know full well the extent of Sunry's injuries, Arbiter. But the fact still remains. You wish to ask the witness anything else? Did you plant the medal on Elassa? Glupor.
Don't do it, Glupor.
Prosecution will be silent. What is it you wish to say, Glupor? Glupor paid by Sith to plant that medal.
Lies! Slander! I object!
You are certain of this, Glupor? Glupor certain. This new evidence puts the entire case in a new light. You wish to ask the witness anything else? I have no additional questions. Would you like to pull the judges at this time? Yes. I do not have enough information to make an informed decision. I am unsure as to whether Sunry was the actual murderer. I cannot make my decision as to what I have yet seen. I do not believe Sunry, a well-standing Republic citizen, could have committed this crime. Perhaps I was wrong after all on my thoughts about Sunry. If the defense has no more questions, the court will call out Elora, Sunry's wife.
You, Elora, are Sunry's lawful wife. Your husband was a hero in the last war between the Sith Empire and the Republic. He was crippled in that war. Do you not believe he'd blame the Sith for his injury?
Yes. I guess it would.
And there you have motive. Sunry seeks revenge on the Sith for what they did to him and killed Ilasa.
A supposition for now, prosecutor. Does the defense have any questions for the witness? Sunry was a cripple. Could he have killed Ilasa? He was a good man, but his injuries... Oh, she's saying that in English. Never mind.
But he always held on. Always persevered. I don't think he could have beaten her or anything like that. But a blaster... I just don't know.
Sunry seems fully capable to me, but it seems unlikely that he would choose to do such a thing. Do you have any more questions, Arbiter? Sunry was a Republic war hero, wasn't he?
Yes. He fought against the Sith in the last war. He fought bravely, and was even awarded the Hero's Cross. I don't know how much that means to the Sith, or to your Selkath, your honors. But in the Republic, it is awarded only to the bravest,
I looked up Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic long play on YouTube, and literally one of the first results I got was a 48-hour playthrough of this game, no joke. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Your husband earned a medal because he excelled at killing Sith. It relates directly. Do not let personal opinions sway your judgment of the law. Do you have any more questions, Arbiter?
Yes. Yes, it was true. He was having an affair with that Sith harlot.
It seems painfully obvious that he killed her to keep her quiet about the affair.
You sound like you already questioned the witness, prosecutor.
He'd been seeing her for some time, I think. But he said he was going to change. He'd gone there that night to end it. We talked the night before and he'd promised. But now things have become so very complicated.
This is very enlightening evidence. It will influence our deliberation considerably. Do you have any more questions, Arbiter? No additional questions. You use this opportunity to pull the judges? Yeah. I do not have enough information to make an informed decision. I think Sunry was perfectly capable of committing the crime. I cannot make my decision on what I have yet seen. I do not believe Sunry, a well-standing Republic citizen, could have committed this crime. Perhaps I was wrong in my thoughts on Sunry. Does the prosecution have any remaining witnesses to call forth?
I wish to call forth Sunry himself, your honors.
Very well.
Are you a war hero, Mr. Sunry? You fought in wars against the Sith Empire, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I don't regret it either. The Republic needs its heroes.
Indeed. Would you say that you dislike the Sith? Even hate them?
Of course I hate them. Trying to take over the galaxy every chance they get, killing millions of innocents.
Pure politics. Were you in Ilasa's room on the night of the murder?
Well, yes, I was. I had been having an affair with Ilasa on my wife, yes. But I realized how wrong I'd been, and I was going there to end it.
You were having an affair with a Sith. You wanted to end it quickly and quietly, so you killed her from behind and tried to flee.
No,
I think we can see the answer clear enough, Mr. Sunry.
Do not interrupt the accused. In fact, I think you've said quite enough already, prosecutor. Do you have any question to ask the accused, Arbiter? Ilasa was a Sith spy, wasn't she?
Of course she was. Why would a young, beautiful Sith woman get with an old cripple like me?
You're not helping yourself, Sunry. You only give her a reason why you might kill her. It merely states facts. The incompetence of the murder indicates her occupation was not the motive for the killing. The fact remains, Ilasa was a Sith and likely a spy as well. Is there anything else you want to ask the accused? How could Ilasa got a hold of your medal?
I don't know. The medal had gone missing some time ago. I never found out what happened to it. It's possible the Sith had stolen it and had it planted on the body.
Supposition, your honors?
True, but it does have merit and deserves consideration. Is there anything else you wish to ask the accused? You're going there to end the affair with the Sith, correct?
Yes, I think they would.
Or would the Sith
They
object?
wouldn't want to lose one of their sources, even though I didn't give them anything. They might have killed her for her failure. Or they might have thought she'd turn against them or something like that.
The Sith Empire is not the barbaric institution you portray it to be.
Be silent, prosecutor. This is a valuable point. It lends some credence to your defense, Arbiter. Is there anything else you wish to ask the accused? I have no additional questions. Would you like to take this opportunity to pull the judges? Yes. I do not have enough information yet to make an informed decision. I'm unsure yet as to whether Sunry was the murderer. It seems to me that the evidence is weighed against Sunry. I do not believe that Sunry, a well-standing Republic citizen, could have committed this crime. Perhaps I was wrong in my thoughts about Sunry. Witnesses have all been called forward and questioned by both the prosecution and the defense. The prosecution will now present in closing its summary of the pertinent facts of the case.
I think the facts in this case are very straightforward. Sunry was having an affair with Elasa. He sought to end it, and the simplest, quickest method, given his hatred of the Sith, was to simply kill her. Witnesses saw Sunry fleeing the scene, and material evidence places him there at the time of the murder as well. I am confident that any informed observation of the facts will lead the judges, your honors, to this very conclusion.
Indeed. And your closing statements, Arbiter? No one actually witnessed the murder. Truth.
Well, that doesn't mean a thing. He was there, running from the room.
If you speak out of turn again, you will be forcibly ejected from this court. The Arbiter speaks a valid fact. Is there another point you would like to make? Sunry was a cripple who couldn't have killed her. A cripple can be just as capable as any other man, and Sunry more than most. You overrate this man. Perhaps. Are there any other arguments, Arbiter? Sunry was ending an affair, so the Sith killed her.
The Sith would not leave the metal of her killer clutched in her hand.
Your time for arguments is past, and you would do well to remember that. The Arbiter's argument does bring up a valid point. Is there anything else you would state? Lasso is a spy, and the Sith are framing Sunry. Find it highly unlikely, Arbiter. The Sith have no need of such deception. The facts speak clear. But the Sith have been known for violence, deception, and murder before. This is also true. Another point you would like to make? Sith are obviously evil and set this up.
Objection.
The Arbiter is allowed an opinion as well as you, Prosecutor, no matter how erroneous or how truthful. The arguments are complete. Then the court will deliberate amongst ourselves. The court hereby finds Sunry innocent in the murder of Elasa.
Your honors, no!
Silence. The verdict has been delivered, and the trial is now over.
I guess you got the result you wanted, but I still think it was a big waste of time. We Mandalorians prefer to settle things with a nice, quick trial by
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Oh, Sunry, I'm so glad.
Elora, thank you for saving me. I don't know how I can repay you. Elora and I are going to leave here and get as far away from all this as soon as we can. I and the Republic will not forget what you've done for us. Thank you.
All right. Greetings, you. My name is Nico Boaz. I hope you're enjoying yourself in the Auto City. Our floating city is beautiful, is it not? Yeah, I've seen better. It's supposed to taste very widely across the galaxy, human, and yet the planet is beautiful to me and my people. The beauty of Manon is delicate. Our ecosystem is complex and fragile, and I fear that the preservation of my planet. What are you talking about? There's a task I would ask, human, Jedi. I fear there is nowhere else I can turn. What do you want me to do? Rest assured there will be ample reward for this, human. I only require information, nothing more. The Republic have been hiring mercenaries, many more than usual. With the incident at the Sith base so recent, we cannot help but wonder. As an official of Selkath people, this is of great concern to me. I only seek the reason for change in the Republic's policy. What do you need from me? I cannot trust anyone else. Or why do you turn to me? I cannot trust anyone else. The Republic obviously wants to keep their secret. I've inquired often as to their purpose and basically figured nothing out. The Sith cannot be trusted to give an accurate report of events. They will twist so that it furthers their goals. And the mercenaries as well the mercenaries are well aware of high wages the Republic is paying. They would not report anything that might slow the flow of credits into their accounts. Uncover the truth behind the Republic's actions, and I will pay you 500 credits.
Be careful here, kid. Start poking your nose in a place that doesn't belong, and you might not like what you find.
Please, see if you can find the answers I seek. Find why the Republic is hiring so many mercenaries. Find where they are going. Find why they do not return. I'll look into it for you, Nilko. Once you discover some information, please come speak to me. Believe it or not, I am a friend of the Republic. Whatever the truth, I shall do my best to protect the Republic's interests. And those of the Selkath, of course. Yes, they're settling them down to a secret base in the Racket Rift. The Racket Rift. This is I feared. Though the Republic is fortunate I was the one assigned to investigate this case. Human, allow me to be blunt with you. If I report this violation to my superiors, the Republic will be banned from Manon. But I do not wish to do this. I see the Sith for what they truly are, ruthless and evil. The Republic always respected our independence. But if they fall to the Sith, the Sith will be quick to send an invasion fleet to conquer Manon. But I cannot simply ignore what the Republic has done. The Racket Rift is the source of Manon's Kotor, and I fear the science station may damage production of the delicate resource.
You think the Republic is trying to steal the Kotor, perhaps? An odd thing for the Republic to do, no?
You must tell the Republic to stop this madness at once. Make them shut down the facility and recall their people before they do something that we will all regret. They can't. The Republic has recently lost contact with the science facility. Of course. I should have realized. Doubtless they were hiring the mercenaries to investigate the situation, but I fear mercenaries alone may not be enough to save the station. There are ancient mysteries within the Racket Rift that even we Selkath do not comprehend. I fear the Republic has awakened something that was best left undisturbed. Going to investigate Racket Rift. As you wish. Perhaps you'll find the answers mercenaries could not. I will keep the conversation secret so the vile Sith will not gain from the Republic's foolishness. I only hope their silence does not lend to the disaster from Manon. Here's the payment I promised you. And now I must take my leave, human. My superiors are expecting a full report from me. And there is much I must ensure they cannot undercut. And there is much I must do to ensure that they cannot uncover the Republic's actions. Human, you return. Have you information on me? Have you discovered the information for me? Have you discovered the fate of the missing Selkath youth? Have you news of my daughter Shasa? I have information for you, Shellas. Excellent. You have done well. What have you learned? The Sith? Maybe a few credits could refresh my memory. I am confused, human. How will credits facilitate your cognitive functions? Oh, I believe I understand. This is what you off-worlders call a shakedown, is it not? I am not wealthy, human. I have offered 500 credits for the information on my daughter and the other missing Selkath. Is that not enough? Want news on your daughter? Find a way to get those extra credits. Very well, human. You prey upon my grief and concern over my missing daughter, but I am desperate. Here's another 100 credits. That is all I have. Sith are training the Selkath youth in the ways of the Dark Jedi. Yes, this makes sense. It is a wonder I did not see this before. Manon's greatest strength is our neutrality. If Malik brainwashes our youth and indoctrinates them in the ways of the Sith, he will have a strong following among the Selkath people, strong enough to seize control of Manon and our Kotal. My daughter, Shasa, she too has been indoctrinated into Sith camp? I killed your daughter, Shayless. Just as I'll kill you if you tell anyone about this. Now give me those credits. You are a monster. I came to you for aid and you betray me and slaughter my innocent Shasa. You are no better than the Sith. Blah, blah, blah. Give me the credits if you want to live.
Nice. Real nice. Maybe later we can find some insects to pull the legs off, huh?
Take your blood money, human. May it bring you as much grief and misfortune as you have brought me. The uploader of that 48-hour playthrough even admitted in a comment that he did not stay awake for that long. He just took several recordings of the game and combined them into one super long video. According to another long play, the PC version of the game is much shorter, although I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't see how it would be. It's the same game. There's just, like, added stuff, so I don't see how that would be shorter.
I have no desire to speak to you. I know you have links to the Republic.
Alright, I need 3,000 more credits somehow. How do I get that without completing any plans? I guess we can start the Racket Rift and then come back after killing some people and stuff. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to a high enough level to do HK-47 though. But damn it, I'm going to try as hard as I can. Okay.
What do you... This thing with... Is there something else you... Your choice.
Okay, well, we're actually going to go back to Tatooine real quick. We're going to see if we can not kill Griff this time, because I know I killed him once, but again, he should theoretically respawn. So as long as he does that, we can go get him back and actually finish that quest.
Can I help? Then I suggest we move on.
Yes, what's on your... You got it.
Huh?
Got something on your mind?
You never did actually tell me why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
You know I don't have to take you with me.
Of course you do. I know things. Remember? Do you think you could make it around this part of the galaxy without me? Don't answer me. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
I don't believe you.
The hermit says he's tired of living alone in the giant forest, and you find that hard to believe. How cynical are you? How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. Then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
Damn right it is.
You got a smart mouth on you there, you know that? If others could talk, they'd sound like that. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
What interest do you have in my future?
Interest? Well, I certainly don't have a vested interest. Call it more idle curiosity. Your destiny is rather unclear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off. As if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
You got that right. I have enough Jedi watching me. So you're coming along to not offer your opinions?
I'll remind you that you're the one who started pumping me for information. Like an old man doesn't have anything better to do. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. That can't be all bad.
Nomi? Who's Nomi?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
I don't bring you along for your amusement, you know.
Oh, stop being such a baby. Are you always so quick to turn aside an ally? Got too many of them, do you? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
You of your kind, yes, this is Jabba would thank you for what you've done. Mine have returned because of you. You are not known. So why'd you do this? I don't know, but thanks are given just the same. You will have some things for yourself, as thanks for what you've done. Take your welcome. You give me more or you'll regret it. Isis and tribe have all the same possessions. We've given you what was agreed. You will pay me more and like it. Trade needs to change. You should take more. Isis says so. More for you, but that is all. Thanks are yours, but now we must go. We remember and thank. That'll be good. Fine, thank you. You are a good friend of the Jawas. We will remember you when your kind are gone. Ask if you need any more of anything. Hell yeah.
Oh, it's you good hunting out there.
Alright. There's speedruns of this game to finish the game in a couple hours? Yeah, I'll bet there are. I don't just go out of my way to finish it, though. I like to do all of the side quests and stuff, or at least the vast majority of them. I never do the swoop bike stuff, and I don't bother, like, beating every Pazak player until they stop playing with me, but... Alright, let's see if Griff is respawned. He hasn't. Maybe that was just a glitch that occurred because, I don't know. But maybe that's not a regular glitch. Like, maybe that's not like a recurring glitch, rather. Huh. Alright then, well at least we got some experience for killing sand people and stuff. Because I've done that glitch before where Griff just respawned anyway. Let's go to Dantooine and see if we can find the rest of the Mandalorian Raiders. Alright.
Yeah? Yes? What, huh?
Canderous has a level up.
Yes?
I understand. Congratulations are in order. You've decided to join the Jedi rank and file, Jedi Sergeant Bastard. Another fresh-faced apprentice, ready to leap into the Jedi training with both feet. Well, best of luck to you all. Best of luck to you is all I can say about that. It's always good to see another ally in the fight of darkness and corruption. There were more people like you around, an honest businessman could make a decent living, and companies like that damn Zerka Corp wouldn't exist. But listen to me. You didn't come here to listen to my ramblings on the evils of Zerka Corp, did you? I'll bet. What can I do for you? Have you heard about the Mandalorian Raiders? They're vermin, mostly. Leftovers from the Mandalorian Wars. They lost their armies and worlds and now wander the galaxy, raiding weak farms and outposts.
They are the scum who could not stand defeat and fled the final battles. They do us no credit.
Any reasonably well-defended base could withstand them. This enclave, for instance, would never fall to them. They make trouble for the farmers, though. They're almost as much of a burden on ordinary people as the damn Zerka Corporation, but I digress. You didn't come here to... Yeah. What do you have against the Zerka Corporation? Don't get me started on Zerka Corp. They have a monopoly on half the galaxy already, and they do everything they can to keep anyone else from getting a foothold in their territory. Extortion, bribing officials and government diplomats, not to mention driving up the prices on essentials like food and water on distant colonies. I've heard stories of them letting people starve to death just because they couldn't afford their jacked up prices. And since they've thrown themselves in with the Sith, things have also gotten worse. Worse? How has it gotten worse? The Sith are tangled up in an expensive war with the Republic. They need supplies, equipment, resources. There's lots of opportunities for companies with no morals, like Zerka Corp, to make some major profits. Malak has given them exclusive trading rights wherever the Sith have control. It's bad enough they're helping to finance the Sith war effort, but I've heard rumors of even worse stuff. Slaving, pillaging planets of their resources, genocide of indigenous species. The Sith and Zerka Corp seem like a perfect match to me. Listen to me going on. Excellent. As always, my selection is somewhat limited. Zerka Corp has a monopoly on some of the suppliers, but I'm sure you'll only find the inventory of highest quality. Okay. Your inventory sucks. You have some Bazak cards, but other than that, one strength or CNS strength enhancer, strength +2. That's pretty good. That's expensive. Fuck that. I greet you, Padawan. Members of the Jedi Order are always welcome within the outposts of Architect Droids. How may I serve you today? Only that they have been a nuisance to the farmers and settlers in this region. They do not have the resources to penetrate this base, so I do not know of them firsthand. Is there something else I can do for you? Alright. So yeah, this is about the missing girl, but yeah. And I take it she is no longer on board your ship, sentient. That is too bad, but at least it is hopeful news. The young human is actually the one I seek. I shall endeavor to locate her. Thank you for your information. Sergeant Bastard, now I know where it came from. Well, Sergeant Bastard is the name I named this character. I named him after my character. I came up with the name Sergeant Bastard. Having up prices on essentials like food and water sounds like just what happened when the coronavirus hit. I mean, yeah, there were some people that definitely did that. Alright, we'll do the Matale grounds first. We'll run around a bit. Then we'll check the Sandril grounds, and then the Grove. Or we'll do Matale grounds, Grove, then Sandril grounds. But you know what I mean. I assume I did the Crystal Cave already. Granted, Crystal Cave's on the Sandral grounds, but still. You know that if you go to the South Park fandom website, South Park Wikipedia, they have scripts for the episodes. You can see Kenny's lines not muffled, like actually see what he said. Yeah, I know you can do that. I've also gotten to the point where I can understand most of what Kenny says anyway. Hey, Burning One, how you doing? Merry Christmas. I know it's Christmas Eve. Well, yeah, Christmas Eve for another hour here anyway. And then it'll be Christmas Day.
Now this is what I've been waiting for.
I will add your head to those of the other Jedi I have killed, and take yet another lightsaber for my own. Now you will know why the Mandalorians are feared.
I just beat Dark Souls boss at level 1 in 6 attempts. It's a Christmas miracle. Lol. Yeah, there you go. It's easier to understand in later seasons. That's also true.
Now those Mandalorians know what it's like to be hunted, but now that you've killed some of them, they won't stop until...
Fun killed their leader.
Thank you, young master. My daughter can now, I think, rest in peace. Here is the reward I promised you.
But that's it, give me more.
What? I did not think the Jedi were so greedy. You seem almost Mandalorian. I thank you for what you have done for me, but I have nothing else to give. The Council will hear of your deeds and your greed. Thank you for exacting my revenge on those Mandalorian beasts. If only I could have been the one to tear out Sharuk's heart.
All right. I guess the next thing we do to go try and level up some more to get some more repair, which again, I don't think there's any chance in hell that we get enough for HK-47 before the Leviathan, but still. In the episode Death, Kenny says, I need more context. I'd have to hear the actual talk, because I like I said, I've gotten used to understanding him, and I've also read the scripts before. I couldn't put the whole comment. Oh, okay. They just get offended. They'll just get offended, although their kids are not delighted with the television series they put on for their kids. Well, there you go. Okay, we'll go start Racket Rift. We won't do it all, most likely, because we don't want to, like... Again, we want to have, Mandalorians always so bloodthirsty. Oh, yeah, they sure are. I love Mandalorians, though. They're one of my favorites. That's why Canderous is my favorite party member. He's fucking cool. He says like a whole paragraph. Yeah, he does do that.
Yes?
Only a few people understand Stewie. It's like the thing from Family Guy. I always wanted to know how Cartman, Kyle, Stan, and Kenny Okay, how they understand him, yeah. Well, with Stewie, it's inconsistent because Family Guy can't make up its mind, and they even make jokes to that effect in Family Guy, so...
Got something on you.
So what do you think of Sunry's verdict?
Innocent. I don't know what to make of it, to tell the truth. Do you think justice has been done?
No, not really.
But that has little to do with the law, doesn't it? Sad state of affairs, that. Too bad, really. Sunry was a good man once. I don't want to talk about this anymore. My jaw aches.
Okay. Want to see what HK-47 looks like when he's healing? It's a pretty weird, janky little animation. There it is.
Sure.
I've always wondered why only Stan, Kyle, and Cartman call Cartman by his last name, but the other kids don't call him Cartman. They do, though. Clyde calls him Cartman. Like, most of them call him Cartman. I don't know what you're talking about. Occasionally he's referred to as Eric, like Butters refers to him as Eric, but the vast majority of the kids call him Cartman. And the adults sometimes call him Cartman, sometimes call him Eric. It just depends.
Huh? Ready? Yes?
Alright, here we go. Here's the Racket Rift facility.
How did you get in? Did they send another submersible? Quick, we have to get out of here. We have to get away.
I'm Sergeant Bastard. Calm yourself down.
No! No, we have no time. We have to leave now. I managed to close the door after they killed everyone else, but I don't know how long it will hold.
I'm not going anywhere.
We have to. We have to leave. The cell cast, they went crazy. They started killing anything that moved. Someone must have triggered the defense systems too, because all the droids activated as well. I was one of the mercs the Republic sent down here to find out what happened. We came down and secured the first couple of rooms. There were bodies everywhere, and the cell calf came out, screaming and croaking their fishy little war cries.
You fought them?
They swarmed out and over us. There was no way we could stop them. So we ran. But hardly any of us made it. I locked the door behind us, but the others had already left in the submersible. The sharks. The Ferox are out there, and worse. I heard an explosion shortly after the submersible left. They didn't make it. Just food for the sharks and the cell-calf. Like us.
You sniveling worm. You're just food for the cell calf.
What? No. You're one of them. You'll never get me.
I love the way this underwater facility is, though. It's so cool looking. Crazy how Stan, Kyle, and Kenny have never called him Eric. I've never heard them once called... They have called him Eric before, actually. I have to think of the specific episode, but there's one point where Kyle calls him Eric. But it's like a one-time thing. I don't remember the exact episode, but like, it's when they're coming to try and cheer him up from something. It might have been in 200 or 201, but I don't think so. But yeah, they definitely do at least once. I know Stan does at one point, too.
Yes?
The teachers and principals tend to call people by their last name in media. Yeah, but they don't with South Park. You know, like Mr. Matthews from Boy Meets World. True. I think Kenny also stopped appearing for a while in season 6. Yeah, he did. Because they killed him off, quote unquote, in the episode Kenny Dies, and then they brought him back at the end of season 6.
Yes?
You get your rent when you fix this damn door.
Ready. Yes?
Statement. Affirmative. Request. Statement. Now close the last panel. I am afraid the operation did not succeed, Master, though it was a valiant attempt for a meat bag. Supplication. Statement. As you wish, Master. The first... Now close the last... Supplication. As you desire.
Lightsaber resisting door Spider-Man 3 reference? Well, obviously, yeah. died in the season. Final episode, Kitty dies. Is that it for all of season 6? Well, all of season 6 except for the ending of Red Sleigh Down, but yeah. I expected movies to actually have just regular numbers in the title. True. Well, that was a waste of a thermal detonator. Uncle Ben Rice.
Is somebody out there? Fishy, fishy, fishy. Come and eat me too. You can't get me, little fishy. Not in here. I'm safe behind my walls.
Come out here right now or we'll blast our way in.
That's what you think? Fishy think that too. These walls and door are 6 centimeters. No, 12 centimeters of Durasteel. I'm invulnerable behind my walls. Nobody's getting in here. I locked myself. I'm safe in here. Nothing can hurt me in here. No fishy food for me.
I'll carve you into fish bits.
No, you can't harm me in here. I'm invincible.
Insert lightsaber into locker. Cartman should be in jail for 20 years after all he's done, if we're talking about reality. Let's see. Letter to Heaven, yeah. Kenny taking over Cartman's body, up. Why lockpick when you can just lightsaber the door open? True.
Ready. Sure.
I want to say I expect this place to flood at the end, well, with cliches and all that. It doesn't flood, but there are flooded areas that you go to with the environment suit I have, which I think I picked up. Yep, I did. Okay, cool. Alright, here's a question. Will this work?
What?
Okay, it saves here too. So that fuck up the glitch. Why is it everyone... Okay, so I want to... Okay, now I read that. Why is it every time I have something I wanted to say, for some reason, I end up waiting till the last minute, and then when it's finally over, I want to say... Okay, cool, it did work. So boom, we got 2 Ajunta Balls blades. Perfect. There's about 60% of places in my area that ban people that are not vaccinated. That's why I rarely go out anymore. Yeah. I do that with a lot of comments, yeah.
Huh? Yes?
Alright, we're going to go ahead and return to the surface. So that we can duplicate some cooler stuff. Workplaces here in Toronto that are banning people who are not vaccinated. Yeah, again, I think it's dumb. I absolutely don't agree with it, but... You know, if I go into too much detail, eventually YouTube will just be like, fuck you, because they suck. You don't want to die anytime soon. Well, you're not going to die anytime soon, Andy. Like, that's not the issue. My issue with vaccine mandates is the anti-freedom aspect of it. Telling someone that they have to do something. I'm not in favor of that. I don't care what it is. You want to, again, I don't care what it is. As a matter of principle, if you forcibly had to say someone has to have a ham sandwich, I don't think that should be allowed. Just as a matter of principle, I am against government forcing people to do things. Period. End of sentence. You're right about it being dumb to ban unvaccinated people? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's fucking stupid.
You've returned. Please continue.
All right. Let's bring Bastila and Canderous. People who aren't vaccinated are the reason COVID is still around. That is not true, M-Dog. I'm sorry, that is objectively not true. Because the vaccine does not prevent you from spreading it or getting it. It literally, in theory, if it actually works, prevents you from getting symptoms. That's it. You can still get it and you can still get sick. It does not, so that's just not true. Yeah, exactly. You can't blame unvaccinated people. There's several factors, and in all honesty, Omicron really isn't that scary. Omicron is less deadly, and it's more transmissible. So it's actually a good thing, because it could easily wipe out the virus if everyone just catches Omicron and doesn't, get sick. Now, I'm not saying I want people to catch Omicron, obviously. I'm not saying go out of your way to get it, but I don't see how it can be looked at as a bad thing. Medical rules don't change depending on the location. Exactly, they don't. So again, you're just wrong, M-Dog. That is not the reason it's still around. It's still around because it's endemic. It's not going anywhere.
So, Bastila, I heard a rumor.
Omicron is like the common cold. Yeah, exactly.
It must be embarrassing to be bested by a handful of street thugs.
There were extenuating circumstances, and I can assure you, it took far more than a handful of Vulkars to subdue me.
Yeah, I'm sure there were 20 of them. I mean 50. Wait, 100.
Whatever you say. All I know is that if we had more Jedi like Bastila fighting against us in the Mandalorian Wars, my side might not have lost.
Bold talk from a broken-down mercenary who was serving at Davik's heel. I'd call you his pet cat hound. But they have enough loyalty not to turn on their masters.
Insults? Maybe if your master had trained your lightsaber to be as quick as your tongue, you could have escaped those Vulkars, you spoiled little Jedi princess.
God, I love Canderous.
I was given the same training as everyone else in the Order. You are nothing but... No, you must not do this. There is no emotion. There is peace.
That's the problem with you Jedi. Always chanting about peace and control. Never up for a good fight. Well, except for Revan, I guess.
Enough, Mandalorian. I won't rise to your
Sorry about Omicron not being so severe. Yeah, no, it's really not.
Let us continue on with what we were doing.
Alright, let's see how this does now.
What? Why? Sure.
Don't believe everything you read. It's true. The only way for COVID to end is for it to become endemic like the flu, which it already is. I heard on Google. Don't believe everything you read. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. Again, it already is endemic. I think it's kind of ridiculous that people are just barely starting to acknowledge it at all.
What?
Sometimes I think we've reverted back to Black Plague medicine, where we just try everything, or we think the disease is spreaded by everything. Yeah, exactly. No, there's a lot of fear tactics with this. That's why I don't let it get to me. South Park Kenny McCormick is voiced by Matt Stone, hooded Eric Stowe, unhooded in the show, and by Mike Judge in the first movie. That is correct. All right. And for good measure, we will save again. And then we will... Matt Stone didn't voice Kenny in Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Not unhooded, he didn't. It was Mike Judge. I had COVID, and if I hadn't gone to go get tested, I would have never known it. Reacts differently to everyone, probably depending on the variant you get. But I would have never known. Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah. Mike Judge in the first movie. Yep, he was Mike Judge. He was voiced by Mike Judge in the first movie. Because that was the offer they gave Mike Judge to actually have a guest role there.
Who's there? You're not Cellcast, I can see that much. Are you another rescue crew?
I'm Sergeant Baxter. The Republic sent us down to investigate.
I'm a merc the Republic hired a couple days ago to investigate. But all we found was a bunch of insane Cellcaps killing everything that moves. All my companions are dead. The Cellcaps swarmed over us. There were dozens of them. And they looked wrong somehow. Like something had changed inside them. Insane or something. Oh, I'd have gone back to the surface long ago if this complex hadn't been overrun by all those crazy Cellcaps. There's no way for me to get to the submarine docking bay.
What are you doing in the underwater section of the facility?
I discovered a way to get to the bay and seal off the rest of the base. I just have to find the Kotor harvester they built on the edge of the Harakert Rift. It's got an emergency override to open the doors to the submarine docking bay. And I could get in from the outside. I figured my only chance was to slap on an environment suit, head out onto the ocean floor,
and check that harvester out for myself. Besides, it's gotta be safer out on the ocean floor than back in there with all those crazed cell-cast mutants running around looking for dinner.
You wait here, I'll go check it out.
I'm not spending another minute in this facility. Not with those psychotic fish people all over the place. I'm heading out to the ocean floor right now. It leads to another complex of buildings. Going through them is the only way to reach the Kotor harvester. We should probably stick together. But I won't wait around in here with the cell-cast. You can catch up with me if you want. Down the hall and through the doors on the right. I'll be waiting on the ocean floor where it's safe.
I feel like the reason Matt Stone doesn't voice Kenny on Hooded is because it would sound too similar to Kyle. I mean, you're not wrong, but also I don't know that that's necessarily a factor. But I do think that it probably is. I think it was just also an excuse to give a role to Eric Stowe. And obviously in the movie, for it to be my judge, that was just so he could have a guest role on the show. If only I could use force speed in this thing. I'm so glad they made the fucking Viro suit so much faster in KOTOR 2. Matt Stone versus Mysterion, who is secretly Kenny. It's true. Yeah. They didn't really reveal it was Kenny the right way. Well, if you actually watch the deleted scene, there was a... Force speed exists in this, lol. I thought it was just Jedi Academy thing. No, it's in this. But they were actually originally going to reveal it was Kyle in a deleted scene. But then there was another deleted scene where the actual Mysterion showed up and thanked Kyle for taking the blame and pretending to be Mysterion. Alright, let's fill out this map, yeah? Can I go over here yet? Or will I just die? Oh no, this is where I'm supposed to go. Okay, we're good.
Come on, hurry up. Don't just stand there, we have to keep moving. The water is filled with... Ow!
What's the water filled with? I didn't get a chance to hear you. I wish the sea floor had more stuff on it, because there's not a lot of loot and stuff down here, so there's not really an incentive to explore. Would be nice if it moved faster. Yeah, this suit moves faster in the second game. Surprised they didn't just throw in a wrecked ship somewhere for laughs. Yeah. Where Kyle's in jail? Yeah, that scene. It's a deleted ending, yep. I don't really use my South Park DVDs anymore. My DVD player's unplugged. I was going to ask about that, but you explained. I don't feel like putting all the wires together and plugging it back in. I mean, that's fair. I use my DVD player all the time. And, you know, I can always just use my Xbox for the Blu-rays. And I also do have a standalone Blu-ray player.
No, you can't come in here. You'll let the Phyraxa and the Cellcat in. No, stay out! Stay out! I won't let you open the door for those monsters to get in. I'll stop you. I'll suck all the pressure out of the chamber. That'll stop you.
Kill them! Kill them now!
60 seconds to complete depressurization. 54 seconds to complete depressurization.
No. The Phyraxa will get us. No. The Cellcat are coming. No!
No! No! Ah!
Stop screaming.
Ah! No!
You... Sammy, calm down! I don't think
I wasn't, but now I am.
Kono! Are they?
Yes. I think they're here to help us. I'm sorry for what I did. I don't know what came over me. I just panicked when I heard someone outside the door. Please forgive me. I'm just so scared.
We're both just scared.
When the Cellcat went crazy, I thought everyone else except me and Sammy went mad. We had a few people outside the station when it happened.
The Firaxan sharks just tore them apart. It was like they were frenzied.
The next thing we knew, our Cellcath researchers started screaming and clawing at everything around them. My team was torn apart and eaten before my...
Well, since it's now past midnight, Merry Christmas, everybody.
I thought we were the only ones left. We heard the Cellcath outside the doors every once in a while. Strange noises echoing through the base.
We thought everyone was dead or insane. I must have been hysterical. I don't know what I can say. I truly apologize for the horrible mistake I was making.
I'm Kotor New Save, and this is Sammy. We were scientists working here on the Harakard Rift project.
Tried to kill me.
Look, I'm sorry. I have just been under a lot of strain recently. You know, the whole thing about having my entire research team devoured before my eyes.
Kono, calm down. Don't talk to him like that.
Fuck you, you tried to kill me. Think about it, even on a light side playthrough, fuck you guys. But this is a dark side playthrough now, so fuck off.
What are you doing here?
How about I ask the questions?
Oh, okay. What is it you want to know?
Have you seen a star map?
A star map? I don't know anything about a star map down here.
But there were some ruins that were excavated when we were digging the foundations for the last section of the Kolto harvesting machine.
But we can't go anywhere near those now. Maybe that's why it all happened in the first place.
What are you babbling about?
The work teams were outside in the rift near the vent. Then there was this rumbling and my head felt like it was splitting open.
This monster rose up from the rift.
It was a Firaxan shark, I think. Bigger than anything I'd ever seen before. Bigger than our submersibles.
It was like it was screaming inside my head.
Then all the Cellcaths started screaming too. And they turned on us.
What did the shark have to do with that?
Well, maybe it was protecting the ruins by the rift.
It could have been. It might have a lair in the Harakard Rift near the Kolto base. That might explain a few things too.
And no one knew about this thing.
We had no clue at all until it came out. Maybe whatever sort of power it used to drive the Cellcath insane masked it from us somehow. Maybe it was lying dormant deeper in the rift.
I think it might live there. Live there because of the Kolto.
Maybe. That would explain more. Why it reacted so violently when our construction efforts got closer to the vent. And also, why it's so large. It must be feeding off the Kolto. It would have to be ancient indeed for it to reach that size. With Kolto as a food source.
And all those other Firaxan sharks? Those might be its offspring.
Which would be why they all swarmed when it called out to them. Children coming to protect their mother.
Star map I'm looking for is out there. I need to get past.
That would be suicide! It's out there still!
Out there, waiting for us.
The Firaxan sharks have always been a serious problem. We had some blasters and projectile cannons to defend against them, but they still got some of our workers from time to time.
We were working on a soluble chemical compound that would drive them away. Something that smelled or tasted repulsive to them, but we never got it working right.
Oh, I think not. Even flawed like it is, it should be ideal for this situation.
No, it's not working right. You don't know what it'll do.
What are you talking about?
The repellent we made was supposed to drive Firaxan sharks away, but we never got very far in its development. The one we tested instead was violently toxic to them, rupturing their outer skin in seconds and preventing them from drawing oxygen from the water by clogging their intakes.
Which is exactly what we need in this situation. Something to kill that monster shark that destroyed our station.
But we don't know how else the chemical reacts. We only tried it in a controlled environment. In the open ocean, who knows what it could do? It could even affect the Kolto.
We know exactly what it'll do. It'll kill the shark. That's what we designed it to do.
How would I poison the shark?
You can take this canister of toxin. We were working on it just before the giant shark drove all the Cellcath insane. All you need to do is insert it into the main Kolto harvester and have it vented. Get away as soon as you can. We don't know how much worse it'll affect the giant Firaxan shark.
Okay, I'll vent the toxin in the rift and kill the giant shark.
Wait, don't. We don't know what effect the toxin will have on the ocean environment around the rift. It could poison the water against all life. It could poison the Kotor itself, even. There is another way. Well, the monster seems to have been driven out by the machinery we installed at the edge of the rift. We've seen it out there on the cameras, bashing itself against the machines. I think if you could destroy the machinery we installed, the shark would calm down and retreat back into its lair inside the rift.
I'm not so sure.
I am sure. You can reprogram the harvesting machines to overpressure their self-oxidizing fuel so that the fuel tank canisters will rupture and the entire machine will destroy itself. The hydrolium gas we use is a gas at 1 to 3 million sangin, a liquid at about 4 million sangin, and a solid above that. When it's a liquid, it's very explosive. If you inject enough of the hydrolium gas into the tank, the pressure will be so great that it'll turn to liquid form and start a chain reaction inside the machine.
But we'll lose everything we've built here. All those years of work.
It's better than whatever your chemical will do to the water.
I'll do what I want and kill both of you as well.
What? No! Run, Kono, he's one
You
of them!
fuckers tried to kill me. I'm totally justified. Oh shit, no, 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 no! Run! Ah! Alright, tell you what. I think we're going to call it there for the stream. I'm going to go ahead and watch some Christmas movies now, so I hope you guys have had fun. This has been Fugitive Red Eye. Have a good one. See you next time.